Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Showcase pre-show. I'm Andy, this is Joe from the Capcom USA community team. Before we get to the main show, which I'm really excited about, hopefully you guys are too, we have a pre-show plan for you.
Yeah, we got some pretty cool stuff. We're going to be doing an interview with one of our developers over at Capcom Japan. We're going to be talking to one of our voice talents who worked on Street Fighter 6. And to get things started, we're going to be highlighting a Capcom creator who's done some pretty cool Street Fighter 6 art in the past, so we're really excited about that. So let's go ahead and get that started.
Yeah, hey there, I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improved. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. I done society, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in. My pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back, now break away. I'm about to bring it on. I ain't never backing down. Took me step into the flag, for my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go you want a challenge, tell me rookie, run up on me now. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the flag. For my city, for my town. I'll do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the flag. For my city, for my town. I'll do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. To the top, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah.
Clev is so talented. Clev, if you're watching, thank you so much for doing that time lapse for us.
Yeah, it's just really cool how the art really tells a story, right? You've got Kimberly, but then all the legacy characters from Street Fighter. It's just so cool to see. And if you really like that artwork, we are going to post that on our social media channels, so please take a look at that after the show.
And now we have an interview with the voice of Luke from Street Fighter 6, Alex Lee. Alex, how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Before we get into talking about Luke, how did you get into voice acting?
I think it was one summer day. I was eating a bowl of noodles, and I thought to myself, voice acting is cool. Maybe I'll try that. That's it.
That's it, just the noodles.
That's it. That's where it went. Yeah.
Did the noodles also get you to the role of Luke?
Yeah. I showed up to the studio and I went, and they said, "That's the guy."
But no, seriously, how did you get the role of Luke? And how did you approach that whole performance?
When we got the character slides and everything, I read through his description, his likes, his hobbies, and I was like, this guy is kind of like me. Pretty much that role was just me trying to put myself out there and kind of relaxing a little bit. It was actually one of the first roles where I got to play somebody that was just like me.
Luke's had a pretty interesting journey. He started at kind of the tail end of Street Fighter V and now is at the forefront of Street Fighter 6. How did you approach the two performances differently?
For 5, they wanted something younger. So Luke had a bit more of an aggressive attitude. He was a lot more arrogant. He was a lot more cocky. And he was just kind of like this random punk that showed up and was like, who wants to fight me? So for 6, we definitely kind of like mellowed down. He's got a job now. Wow, amazing. I guess after getting beaten up all those times, he's like, I'm gonna lay back a little bit and figure out how to train myself and actually hone my fighting style. I think it's been a really interesting journey to see not only how his characters have evolved, but also the reception of that change as well.
This is the first Street Fighter game that was recorded in English first, right? And you were one of the first characters to record your lines. What was the experience like and how did that change things up for you?
For me, this was like a brand new way to do this because in 5 is a dub, so we have to match the timing of the Japanese voice line, we have to match the cadence, the tone, and the animation. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot that you have to constantly be juggling. But for 6, it was a lot more loose, it was more flow. And for the first time, we got that sweet mouth tech where you can say anything and the characters would, automatically lip sync. So that was really, really cool. And I just had a lot more time, a lot more freedom to deliver lines how I wanted to do it. And also, again, because we were creating this character in the US, I got to put a lot of my ideas in there as well. So that was a much, much different process than 5.
So speaking of you putting yourself into Luke and everything, I see online, we all see online,
Yes.
your advocacy for Luke, the memes, everything, how much you love him. Where does that come from and what's that whole experience like?
I never thought this day would come where I would get to be in a Street Fighter game. For me, it's more about how this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and I just got to make the best of it. So, with my full heart, I just was like, I'm gonna have fun with this character. Actually, some of my posts have even reached a wider global audience.
Yes, they have.
I visited the Capcom Japan office and I met up with Nakayama-san and the whole team over there. And I walked into the studio and they were like, "We've all seen your Twitter." And I'm like, "No,
What happened?
no." And they're like, no, it's good. We like it. And they thanked me for, promoting the character and just having fun with him. And they wanted to use that energy and put it into how they wrote and how they made the character. And I was really honored by that.
People are playing Street Fighter 6 now. Any favorite lines that you want to?
Ooh.
Oh, let's hear them.
we got a lot of good ones. We got the Sandblast, but we also got the, gotta say, you're pretty photogenic.
That's the one everyone wants to hear.
Yeah. That's a good
That's
one.
the meme one.
The Hadouken.
There we go.
That one was fun. There's one where he whiffs his ultimate and he goes, whoa, wait.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those are all great lines I remember recording because all the funniest lines, we got them in one take. And then they were like, "That's it, ship it." I'm like, "You sure?" And they're like, "Nope, that was good." And I'm like, "I messed up." And they're like, "You're supposed to mess up." I'm
It's
like,
Luke, right?
"All
He's supposed to mess up. He's kind of corny like that.
It's true. It's true.
Anything you want to say to the community?
Thank you for your support over the last year. It's been amazing. I've had such a blast with this character, interacting with the community, seeing all the memes online, seeing all the fan art. It's been so much fun. And also, thank you for kicking my butt online. That's awesome too. I love that part. That's so cool. Thanks, guys. No, seriously though, thank you so much.
For everyone else at home, please stick around. We have an interview with localization director Andrew Alfonso that we pre-recorded, and that's coming up right now.
We're going to take you a little bit behind the scenes today, and we've got a special guest to do that for us. We're with Andrew Alfonso, coming to us all the way from Osaka, Japan. He works over at Capcom Japan. So Andrew, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hey guys. I'm localization director at Capcom Japan. I've been at Capcom for 17 years now. It's been quite a while. My first game that I worked on was Mega Man Star Force for the DS. After that, I worked on a bunch of Ace Attorney games, Ace Attorney 3, 4, 5, and Investigations. After that, I worked on the Monster Hunter series for about 10 years. And now I'm back on the Street Fighter series. And yeah, the latest game that I worked on was Street Fighter 6, which was just released.
Just an amazing tenure over at Capcom. But is there one in particular, a project that you've worked on that's really near and dear to your heart?
I would say the number one is usually Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. That was kind of the first game that I really got to work with the dev team very closely, especially the directors Fujioka-san and Takuda-san. Probably number two is definitely Street Fighter 6, because just working with Nakayama-san and Matsumoto-san has just been an absolute pleasure. Their kind of philosophy on how game development should work has always been very appealing. So I was really happy to have this opportunity to work with them on Street Fighter 6.
Love working with them, and they've been amazing. But before we get into Street Fighter 6, can you tell us a little bit more about localization, the different responsibilities, and what it's all about?
Obviously we do, translation in text, into the text and whatnot. But we also handle a lot of the voice direction for our games. On top of that, we also get involved a lot in the motion capture for the games. We also do a lot of stuff just to help the dev teams out in terms of like, diversity and culturalization and stuff like that. I do remember that, Nakayama-san mentioned in an interview last time where we were, he was talking about, Kimberly in Street Fighter 6, and, he had a lot of consultants, working with him to get the design just right. He also talked to Capcom employees, and that's actually, the localization team. He came to us and, asked us for our feedback on not only Kimberly, but also, Lily and also DJ, to make sure that those characters are, in a good spot for fans, and their designs are not only cool, but also something that is going to be appealing to a worldwide audience.
Yeah, tell us, how you're involved in the game, how you kind of got started on the project. I know it's probably been a really long road for you, so just tell us about kind of your experience in the development.
Yeah, sure. It's been a very long time. It's been about 3 years, at least for me. I got started off because Nakayama-san asked me if I could help them out with with their prototyping. He wanted to, get me in early because he knows that I was a big fighting game fan. I know a lot of things that we should try to improve for not only just Street Fighter fans, but also for a newer audience that they're trying to, get with Street Fighter 6. He brought me on mainly for that, but also because they were going to be working on this new commentary system that was going to be a first for the series. So they asked me to come on early just to, get that sorted out so that we could have something, very natural for, the English-speaking audience that are going to use this commentary system.
So we're definitely going to hit on the real-time commentary feature later. But before that, what were some of your goals as a localization director for Street Fighter 6, and what do you hope fans come away with in terms of the story, characters, or just anything?
One of the goals that I told the director, Nakayama-san, this game has a huge legacy, long legacy. We need to give it the localization that it actually deserves. We need to make sure that this, people come away with this, the better understanding of all the characters, and the characters that they already love, they fall in love with them all over again. The other goal that I had was, because I knew that we were going to be working on World Tour mode, we had stuff like the modern controls to appeal to new users. We're trying to aim for a lot of new players to come in, and we had to make this as beginner friendly as possible. We're not going to be throwing a lot of FGC community terms in there. We're going to try to explain things in a very natural but easy to understand way. And also, like a lot of for example, like a lot of the attack names are still in Japanese, and Karen's Super Ardent Street Fighter 5 is just completely in Romaji. They just translated from Japanese to English without actually translating it. So no one actually ever said the name of her, attack. And I said, this is not something that you want. You want something that people can kind of attach to. They get attached to the name. And, especially with this new commentary system, we want people to kind of call out these attack names so that people get, this certain affinity for it, and they start to grow attached to it. And that's kind of like the two basic goals, two high-level goals that I had for this localization.
Tell us a little bit more about the real-time commentary feature.
Nakayama-san, when he approached me about this, I'll admit that I was very, very against the idea, to be honest with you, because I just heard this and I just thought, no, we can't do it. And it's not because I thought the idea was bad. I just kind of thought about it for about a couple of seconds, and I thought about the scope of this. I play a lot of sports games, so I know how they do the commentary in those games, and they always spouse about, we recorded 50,000 lines. For Monster Hunter, we only recorded 5,000 lines. So making that huge jump in line count is just a huge mountain to scale. So I was kind of taken aback. But I kind of settled down, and we did go with, the first person we did go with was Vicious. He's just, as a person, he's just super reliable. He's, he has a good attitude about everything. He's very good on the microphone. He's always looking to improve. I kind of made him he's all these things because he's kind of like the Ryu of commentators. And then, if we're going to have a Ryu as a commentator, we need a Ken counterpart. And, there's no better counterpart to Vicious than Tasty Steve, because they work together on Street Fighter League. They actually work very well together, but they also have their just completely contrasting styles too. Vicious is very much, he sounds very professional. Even, when things get very excited, in a match. But Tasty does not do that. He just goes nuts, right? And that's one of the things that I really wanted for these two choices.
Yeah, definitely a lot involved in that whole process, especially with the commentary system being a completely new thing for a Street Fighter game. Speaking of new things in Street Fighter 6, I do want to ask you about the World Tour mode and what it's like just helping craft a story mode for a Street Fighter game, and also a story mode where you can create your own character. What was that like? What was the experience like? Is there anything that was really challenging or memorable about the whole experience?
I mean, I think just the main challenging thing was just the scope of the whole mode is just gigantic. It's like a whole other game unto itself. Like in terms of just like how much we had to translate and port, this is actually bigger than a typical Monster Hunter game by a good margin. So it was very big in scope. One of the things that was really a pleasure to hear was that the main scenario writer was actually the creator of the Breath of Fire series. He's also worked on Dragon's Dogma as well. So we kind of had this confidence that okay, this story is going to be good. It's going to be solid. We're going to have this good solid base to work on. I think the one challenge was having to characterize so many new characters, returning characters, and so you don't really know how they're supposed to talk. In terms of like fully fleshed out characters, so we kind of had to conceptualize that like on a basic level to make sure that we're getting something that's different from all the other characters, but also really interesting at the same time.
It's always incredible just hearing like all the behind the scenes stuff about World Tour, and we've talked a lot about this, but like some of my favorite things that you guys did was the way like Ryu texts you. Amazing, hilarious, but also just like the tiny things, how like Li Fen says like "jie" to like Chun Li, just to keep that culture in there. It's fantastic. So thank you so much for like having so much of a detail-oriented approach to World Tour.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. This was awesome just to be able to hear about all this behind-the-scenes stuff in developing the game. Any closing comments for the Street Fighter and the Capcom fans out there that are getting ready for the showcase happening?
Yeah, I mean, Street Fighter 6 is out there. It's been released. We're still working on the game as always. I do want to hear, if anyone has any opinions about how the writing is and how the voices are. I've always been keeping track of that.
And again, Andrew, thanks for joining us, and to everybody for watching.
All right, that's going to do it for our pre-show. Thanks to everybody for joining us, and thanks to our guests, Alex, Andrew, and Clev, for joining us for all these segments. It was really great to talk to everybody and show off your content. We do want to mention there is going to be a post-show, so please stick around for that after the main show, but we're getting close. Andy, any parting words that you want to say?
Yeah, if you guys have been paying attention, we've been wearing these Capcom hoodies. If you guys want one yourself, go to the Capcom Amazon store. So with that, we'll see you guys later.
Like I told you, I'm gonna get you home safe. Okay, it's game time. I'm ready to die, Loki. Exalt all the earth and let it be so. Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Capcom Showcase. Before we get started, we'd like to share that June 11th, 2023 marked Capcom's 40th anniversary. A big thanks to everyone for playing our games. It's thanks to our amazing fans that we can celebrate such a milestone. We look forward to creating many more games in the years to come, and we hope that you'll continue to enjoy them. Now it's time to show off our latest titles at the Capcom Showcase. Stay tuned until the end so you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at this video. traditional Japanese aesthetics come to life through the power of RE Engine. Experience a unique blend of strategy and action in this epic tale. A beautiful yet unsettling world of mystery awaits in Kunitsugami, Path of the Goddess. Coming to Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, Windows, PlayStation 5, and Steam. Mega Man X Dive Offline is coming to Steam, iOS, and Android. The Deep Log, which holds collected memories of the Mega Man X series, is under attack. Dive into cyberspace using hunter programs to recover data before it's too late. Play as Mega Man X and other characters from the Mega Man franchise, including characters that haven't been playable before. Level up your favorite characters and equipment to create a powerful hunter. Power up your weapons and more to customize your character however you want. Mega Man X Dive Offline. Control and develop over 100 different characters. Play as a variety of characters, including new heroes created for Mega Man X Dive. Complete stages and use element medals to recover memory pieces. Then analyze recovered memories to unlock characters. There are more than 900 stages to play. Challenging mechanics and enemies await on classic and new stages. You're bound to clash with familiar bosses from the past. Build the ultimate hunter and save the Deep Log from total destruction. Mega Man X Dive Offline launches in 2023. Now, here's the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
A new era of fighting games is upon us. Street Fighter VI launched on June 2nd. It's already received an enthusiastic welcome from fighting game fans around the world. Street Fighter VI includes World Tour, an expansive single-player story mode. Fighting Ground, the core fighting game experience made even more accessible. And Battle Hub, a social space where players from around the world can compete and hang out. These are the game's 3 main modes. In addition, we're planning to release new fighters and content, so you can enjoy the game for a long time to come. Street Fighter VI is out now for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. Don't miss it. We also have an announcement for Capcom Pro Tour 2023. This year's Capcom Pro Tour will feature Street Fighter VI, the newest entry in the series. Players from around the world will compete in regional matches and battle to be this year's champion. To celebrate the launch of Street Fighter VI, this year we have our largest prize pool ever. The total prize pool for Capcom Pro Tour is over $2 million, with $1 million going to first place. Capcom Pro Tour 2023 will feature 3 types of tournaments: online premieres, offline premieres, and World Warrior. The winners of each tournament will advance to the World Finals at Capcom Cup 10. Stay tuned to see which player will crush the competition and take home this year's championship. Next, we have news about Street Fighter League Pro JP 2023. In Street Fighter League, the world's top players form teams of 4 and compete in official Capcom Team League matches. We have the largest number of teams ever. The opening match will be held on July 7th and will be streamed live on the Capcom Fighters JP channel on YouTube and Twitch. Don't forget about the Street Fighter League World Championship 2023. The US and European leagues will determine the teams that will go on to compete in the World Championship. Get up close and personal with Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 5. The game's main story will be playable in VR with PlayStation VR 2. Thanks to the power of PlayStation VR 2, you'll be able to experience an even more immersive version of the game. Take aim as you fight to survive. RE4's cutting-edge knife action is a core part of the game, and the PlayStation VR 2 Sense controller makes parrying even more intuitive. Experience extreme survival horror firsthand. Resident Evil 4 VR mode is a free DLC exclusive to PlayStation VR 2.
Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
Up you go. Sorry, kiddo. We've still got a ways to go.
It's almost time for Ghost Trick. Here's the latest on the game.
Hello everyone, I'm Shu Takumi, the original creator of Ghost Trick. It's almost time for the game's release, and I can't wait for you to play it. But first, let's get started with this. The demo for Ghost Trick is available now for download. The story stars a lonely spirit named Cecil. In the course of solving his own murder, he will meet and change the lives of all sorts of people in all sorts of situations. Things may seem unrelated at first, but each person plays a vital role in Cecil's story. And together, their stories will lead him to one ultimate truth. So think of the demo as a doorway, inviting you into a great big mystery. It's been 30 years since we made the original game. And just like Cecil, I met many new people, and there were many miracles that occurred during its development. I have no doubt these experiences are what shaped Ghost Trick into the unforgettable game it is. To the team that lovingly ported this game, and all the fans who have shown so much love towards it, I'm so grateful to all of you. I am thrilled that through this rebirth, Ghost Trick will be available to so many more people around the world. Now, to wait for its release. And one more thing. I practiced very hard for 2 weeks for this appearance. So, should be me someday. It will make me very happy if it could speak in Japanese.
From the creator of the Ace Attorney series, Shu Takumi, this classic mystery game is being reborn. One night, a man named Sissel loses both his memory and his life. Using the powers of the dead, he tries to solve the mystery of his own death. The only clue he has is a red-headed detective. A night of mystery begins anew. A rookie detective, brimming with a sense of justice. She too is being targeted, and Sissel witnesses her death. Who was I? Why was I killed? Who killed me? And what does it mean that I was given these powers of the dead? Use the powers of the dead to possess and trick items. The controls are easy. Connect Sissel's glowing blue soul to the core of objects to possess them. Possess the tire. Possess the bowl. Possess the star ornament. You can then trick the objects you possess. Trick the guitar to play it. What will happen when you trick the cart? Trick the door to open it. Possessing and tricking objects will let you access new areas. Sissel can go back 4 minutes before someone's death. What happened before her murder? Those clues are hidden in the past. Follow past events in real time. The limit, however, is 4 minutes. Help people avoid near-death predicaments and change their fates. Sissel will face death in many forms. Changing their fates will change the story. And that story must be linked in some way to the mystery of Sissel's death. Ghost Trick, launching on June 30th, 2023. Demo version available now. Don't miss the pre-order bonuses. See the official website for details. Now on to the next game in today's lineup.
Objection!
In Ace Attorney, players serve as lawyers for the falsely accused. Battle for justice in the courtroom and uncover the truth. Now, the 4th, 5th, and 6th mainline Ace Attorney games are being brought together to share the story of Apollo Justice and his allies in the dark age of the law. On Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Steam. The colorful characters and courtroom drama of each game have been relitigated in beautiful full HD. Available in 7 languages: Japanese, English, French, German, Korean, and traditional and simplified Chinese. We've also added voice recordings for the new languages. We're sure there's no objection to everything included in this collection. Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy is currently in development for release in early 2024. Please look forward to more information about this collection in the future. Next, we have some Capcom news to share. This month marks Capcom's 40th anniversary. As part of the celebration, we've opened a digital theme park called Capcom Town. Take a stroll through the museum to view original artwork and other materials from various titles on display. You can even play a few of Capcom's beloved classics for free. Head on over to the castle to cast your vote in the Capcom elections. Participants will receive a special reward, so don't miss out. We can't wait for everyone to enjoy these attractions, along with the many other fun experiences we've prepared at A Capcom ID account is required to play Resident Evil RE-Verse, our new upcoming title Exoprimal, and to use the online features of Street Fighter VI. You can also use this account with other Capcom services and campaigns, such as a survey about today's Capcom showcase. We'll release more titles and services compatible with Capcom ID soon. Register now for Capcom ID. Now for the latest on Exoprimal ahead of next month's launch.
Hello everyone, I'm Takudo Hidaoka, the director of Exoprimal. I'm excited to share the latest Exoprimal news with you all. But first, let's check out this video.
Hello? Thought I heard activity on this frequency. Hello? My name is Garrett Siles.
Basically, the IB's godfather. He was responsible for the entire Exosuit project.
You know, Anchor Division, I assume?
Exosuits were developed right here.
I need exosuits. It's our only shot. We need access to the past. All my R&D is just waiting to be picked up back in 2040. Intact and hot off the presses. The access codes to override Leviathan. You can shut it down. The whole thing.
Heisel.
The fuel of the future.
All this time, Heisel is a side effect of time travel? Did they just juice it out of dead dinosaurs?
At least we know why dinosaurs bleed blood. Lozol. Unrefined Lozol in the blood.
A Neosaur. I mean, look at this. It's a walking glob of stuff.
This. We'll find a way out of here. All Anchor project files have serial numbers. Look for anything starting with 181. That's the project code for Leviathan's core.
Okay, Doc.
Oh, gentlemen, I didn't get your names.
Golos, the Hammerheads.
Well done. You fought desperately and survived. The perfect exosuit development project is nearing fruition. Activating Massacre Module, summoning Neo T-Rex Swarm.
This is all helping to make a better exosuit.
Good hunting, Ace.
presenting my most exciting combat project, the Savage Gauntlet.
What did you think? That was a lot of new info. Before we dive in, I'd like to give a huge thanks to all the players who participated in the open beta test back in March. We were extremely pleased to have so many participants. Plus, you gave us a lot of invaluable feedback. We can't thank you enough. While only portions of the Dino Survival content were made available for the open beta test, today we'll be introducing more content included in the full game. Let's take a look at what you can expect when Exoprimal launches on July 14th. Let's start with the story. Ace, the game's protagonist, is transported to the year 2040 and forced to participate in a never-ending series of war games. The story unfolds as you play through Dino Survival, the game's main mode. Gathering intel to update the analysis map unravels the mysteries surrounding parallel worlds and the AI entity known as Leviathan. At times, players will also engage in special boss battles as part of the main story. Dino Survival mode will also change as the story progresses. You'll unlock new missions with a variety of objectives, including 10-player co-op, a multitude of dinosaurs to fight, and more maps. The game will also feature an assortment of unlockables and challenges. Modules can be used to enhance exosuits and modify active skills. These modules can be obtained by fulfilling certain conditions while you play the game. You can also personalize your appearance with a variety of cosmetics, such as exosuit skins, weapon skins, decals, and emotes. The game also features a special 5-player mission that changes weekly. Compete with squads from around the world for the fastest completion times, or by earning awards through achievements, like most damage block with a tank suit in battle. There are many ways to enjoy the game, even after completing the main story. We took your feedback into consideration as well. In the full version of Exoprimal, we plan to implement a mode where victory is determined by completing missions as quickly as possible, instead of direct combat with other players. We hope you look forward to that. Now, let's go over all the new info we just saw in the video. Who was that new face at the beginning? Meet Dr. Signs, the developer of the exosuits, and the head of Anchor Division, IBS's elite research group based on Bikitoa Island. The Stratovator, a space elevator that extends from the Anchor Division research facility into orbit, will also be a playable map. Incredible battles will unfold while exofighters and dinosaurs clash atop this massive space elevator. Players will even encounter dangerous mutations of dinosaurs, known as neosaurs, the most deadly among them being the Neo T-Rex. You'll need to work together with your team to stand a chance at taking them down. Oh no, is that a swarm of Neo T-Rexes? What are Leviathan's true intentions? Wait, what's the deal with this new exosuit? While it may look similar to Deadeye, this exosuit is a variant called Deadeye Alpha Burst Fire. Unlike the default Deadeye, this variant comes equipped with a weapon that can burst fire or be used as a shotgun, allowing exofighters to change their style of play. Exosuit variants, including Deadeye Alpha, will be added in a title update following the full version's release. At the end of the video, we revealed Savage Gauntlet, a mode that lets you take on special 5-player missions that change weekly. In this mode, players can enjoy a change of pace from Dino Survival by competing against exofighters from all over the world for the fastest completion time. More info about exosuit variants and Savage Gauntlet will be revealed at the Xbox Games Showcase Extended. Be sure to tune in. And last but not least, we're excited to announce that we'll be holding a second open beta test. This time, we're including additional story-related missions, 10-player co-op missions, and other adjustments based on everyone's feedback. Check out the official website for dates and times. We hope you're all excited to try out this new content. Players will also receive a new reward for participating. Don't miss out. We'll continue to make adjustments to Exoprimal, leading up to the game's launch on July 14th. Thank you again for all the feedback. We look forward to seeing you in the second open beta test. That's all we have for you today. See you in the War Games. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Next up is the last title we'll be showing off today.
Hi everyone, my name is Hideaki Itsuno, and I'm the director of Dragon's Dogma 2. It's been over a year since we celebrated 10 years of Dragon's Dogma, and I can finally give you some more information about the new game. First, let's take a look at the trailer we revealed the other day.
That you protected me from the dragon's flames.
You need only believe in your own destiny, Arisen.
Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen?
Empress Nadinia's life is in your hands, Sir Arisen.
Praise be, for only the Sovereign's guidance can lead us true. Long live the Sovereign number one!
What did you think? The action RPG game Dragon's Dogma was released in 2012. Now, a decade later, I'm proud to share a look at the highly anticipated sequel, Dragon's Dogma 2. Today I want to talk about two characteristics that Dragon's Dogma 2 will inherit from its predecessor. First, Dragon's Dogma 2 will be a single-player game, but with pawns at your side, it will feel like co-op. And second, gameplay will feature action role-playing mechanics set in an open-world environment. In the Dragon's Dogma series, you embark on your adventures with pawns, otherworldly beings controlled by AI. Alongside the player-controlled Arisen, you can embark on your journey with a main pawn that can be customized to your liking, as well as up to 2 additional support pawns you can borrow from other players, to form a party of up to 4 characters. Pawns are controlled by the AI and are now capable of even more precise decisions than in the previous title, helping you in the midst of battle. They can also help guide you to new locations, or give you a high five following a successful battle. It really feels like playing in a party with other players. Dragon's Dogma 2 is built with the RE engine, resulting in a dense world woven with high graphical fidelity. you'll enjoy a world roughly 4 times the size of the original Dragon's Dogma, with more to experience than ever before. The characters and monsters that populate the world are given life thanks to the power of AI, and players will feel like they've been reborn in this vibrant fantasy world. You can look forward to a variety of vocations to choose from. Your vocation will shape your Arisen's role throughout the adventure. Will you take on enemies with swords? Magic? It's all up to you. We'll have much more to share in the future, but for now, I want to go over a few sections from the trailer that show what we've improved for Dragon's Dogma 2. This game is designed to enable players to take on situations in their own way. In addition to AI, advanced technology like immersive physics brings pawns, monsters, and NPCs to life. What would happen if you destroyed that bridge, or if you pulled that monster's leg? What other exciting possibilities can you think of? Meet 2 characters pivotal to the story that also appear in the game's key art. Ulrika, a bow wielder with a deep connection to the Arisen, and Nadinia, a high priestess of the Beast Ring, which appear in the series for the first time. What destiny awaits? How will they affect your fate? The intricate relationships and situations you will encounter in the game are sure to keep you on your toes. During your adventure, you will come across familiar monsters from the previous game, as well as new monsters such as Medusa. You can look forward to new player vocations and many new experiences unique to Dragon's Dogma 2. Please stay tuned for more information. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Dragon's Dogma 2 will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and Steam. And now, a quick look at the Capcom 40th Anniversary Sale. Kicking things off, we have well-known titles, such as Dragon's Dogma and the Ace Attorney series. Don't miss this opportunity to pick up a few of Capcom's most influential hits at some great prices. To celebrate, we're also offering a limited-time bundle of some of Capcom's major titles on Steam. That wraps up today's Capcom Showcase. Thank you for watching. We're always working on new games and updates, and we hope you're as excited as we are for Capcom's 40th anniversary. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Capcom Showcase post-show. I'm Andy, I'm on the community team at Capcom, and with me